They're not good enough to start. They're not even good enough to play. But they do talk a good game. So come join Lou and Jose from the sidelines where all the best sports discussions happen anyway. Welcome in to the Benchwarmerz podcast.
Welcome into the program, everybody. I am Lou Ruggieri. That is Jose Ortiz, and this is the Benchwarmerz podcast. Wherever, whenever, and however you happen to be listening, we appreciate you taking some time to spend it with us. Hopefully it's been a fun ride so far. It has been for us. First hour blew by. Top 5 news stories in the NFL, according to us. We touched on some injury news and notes, highlight of the week, low light of the week, a little more lesson we learned from Tony D'Amato on Any Given Sunday. Week 10 already. Week 10 picks coming up very shortly. We have to make our put your money where your mouth is money bet. We're going to recap our stats up to this point. But first, fresh off, it's bye week. We're going to play our favorite game, Make No Mistake or Give Me a Break, which is essentially our true-false segment where we make a series of statements and see if it's make no mistake, that's absolutely true, or come on, give me a break, that's ridiculous. You can follow us along, iHeartRadio podcasting, Amazon Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, video for YouTube coming probably in the near future, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Twitter is at the BW Pod. You can email us, thebenchwarmerzpodcast@yahoo.com, Benchwarmers with a Z. Jose, it is time for Make No Mistake or Give Me a Break. Would you like to kick off, or would you like me to?
I'll receive. All
right. So I'll throw these out to you. You let me know some thoughts, and we'll kind of see where we're going. So make no mistake or give me a break. Number 1, the Miami Dolphins will make the playoffs this year.
Make no mistake. I just talked about how I think the Colts are going to fall out of it, and the Dolphins are just playing very well, and they've been getting some. They played the Seahawks close. They got some surprising wins already. I'm looking at the Dolphins as a team that's going to sneak in as a 6th or 7th seed in the AFC.
I'm going to say give me a break, and maybe that's a little foolish, but I'm trying not to get swept up in the moment. I think in the AFC, I don't think that they're going to catch the Buffalo Bills, even though they have a favorable schedule. And I don't think that they're going to have enough wins to make it into the wild card, because there could be 3 teams from the AFC North that make the playoffs. And I think they're going to come close, but I don't think that they're going to make it because of just some of the competition. You know, we talk about the Chiefs being the best team in the AFC and the Steelers, but then there's a bunch of other teams that are pretty good too. I mean, the Ravens are still they're going to make it. You know, the Browns may or may not make it. And so it's tough to think that the Dolphins are going to be able to eke them out. So I'm going to say give me a break for now.
Okay. I feel like I'm looking at the Dolphins, the teams. I'm looking at the Dolphins, the Raiders, and the Browns, and then the Colts. And I'm saying, okay, we'll pick 2 of those teams to make it.
Yeah.
And I kind of think the Dolphins might be in there, but we'll see.
It's possible. We'll see. We have the right to revisit this whenever we so choose.
Yep. Make
no mistake or give me a break. Number 2, the Bills are a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
Make no mistake. They just beat the Seahawks, who I had as a Super Bowl contender. So if you beat a Super Bowl contender convincingly, nonetheless, that's got to make you a Super Bowl contender. Now, would I favor them in a match against the Chiefs or the Steelers right now? No, but I think they're right there. They're in the discussion.
I would agree. Make no mistake. I mean, I think that, if they can kind of get over this sort of bipolar play that they have, where sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. If they can keep playing at a high level that we've seen them be able to play at. I mean, granted, it does help playing the worst defense in the league to score 44 points, but regardless, they still did what needed to be done. So if they could keep on that trajectory and they can just keep improving little by little, week after week, I think that they can make a real claim that they might be able to beat the best in the AFC and make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
So number 3, make no mistake or give me a break. Losers in 3 straight games, the Chicago Bears will miss the postseason this season.
Yeah, that's a make no mistake for me as well. I'm not sure. I have to take a look really quickly, but I just feel like they're just going to keep losing. I don't have a lot of faith in that team on offense, as we just pointed out a little bit earlier. And I'm looking at, I think the Vikings could catch them. Certainly, you look in the NFC, the Saints, the Buccaneers, the Packers, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and whatever loser from the NFC East gets in. So, that's 6 teams right there. I don't know if I look at the Bears as that last wild card team. I would almost be willing to pick the Rams or the Vikings to overtake the Bears before the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm going to say make no mistake with this too, because I think, there's going to be teams in the NFC West that are it's going to be at least 2 teams. It might even be 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bears, their defense is good, but it's not Ray Lewis, 2000 Ravens good. And like I said earlier, even then, a big part of winning games is being able to score offensive points. You can't rely on your defense to bail you out every time. And the Bears they're just anemic on offense, and that will not get you to the postseason.
All right, I've got 2 for you right now.
All right.
The 49ers should draft a quarterback this year. And when I say draft, I mean with a high pick, first 3 rounds. I don't mean some throwaway in the 6th round.
I'm going to say give me a break, only because I think what the 49ers should do is go find either Matt Stafford or Matt Ryan and plug them into a team that's ready to win now. I don't know that they have enough time to I guess they do, but they're set. They just need a little bit better quarterback play. You could even flip Jimmy G back to, the Patriots and get some kind of, maybe you get your 2nd round pick back. I don't know. But I think that it feels like there's something off with Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan, and it just isn't quite the right fit. Like it's almost like wearing light blue and dark blue together. You're kind of like, it should be fine, but it's not. It looks weird. Something is off. And I don't know that a quarterback drafting a quarterback is the answer. I think a free agent, very rarely do we talk about free agent quarterbacks being useful anymore because of the caliber of quarterbacks that you get from the draft. But I think in this case, and very specifically, I think Kyle Shanahan, especially if he's reunited with Matt Ryan, could see the Niners explode into offense.
So I definitely agree with first of all, I'm going to say, make no mistake, they should draft a quarterback, but I agree with, listen, Matthew Stafford, to me, I'm not convinced he's a much better player than Jimmy Garoppolo at this point. I've been watching him this season. I've not been impressed with Matthew Stafford this season. Now, Matt Ryan, on the other hand, he's a great player, and I would be willing to trade for him to try and see what you can do. But it kind of be at the right price. Like I'd rather draft a quarterback. And actually, to amend the statement, even if I did trade for Matthew Stafford, I'm still drafting a quarterback because you need, that's the issue right now with the 49ers. It's not so much that Jimmy G is bad. He's not out there. He's not playing right now. Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard, it's an embarrassment. They're just terrible. And you need a competent quarterback at your backup position. And I just feel like this is something that is ignored all the time. If I'm the 49ers, I'm not only drafting a quarterback, I'm also signing a veteran. If you say you can't trade for one of these, Matthew Stafford or Matt Ryan, I don't know who's going to be available next year, but I might look to sign a Jameis Winston. I might look to sign a Ryan Fitzpatrick or someone who would be better than Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard.
What if, and this could be, this might throw the entire internet into a frenzy. What if Dak Prescott is available to sign after this season? Yes.
Sign me up immediately.
Really?
Now, especially because he's probably going to be at discounted price, right? He just came off the injury. But the one issue is that you can't have 2 quarterbacks on that type of deal, right? So right now, looking at Jimmy Garoppolo's contract next year, he's set at a base salary to make $24 million. Dak Prescott is probably going to come in at, even now with a reduced price, he's coming at the low 30s. That's just a lot of money to have tied up in two quarterbacks.
Well, I would think that they would have to get rid of Garoppolo.
Oh yeah, if you could get rid of Garoppolo, yeah, I would make that switch immediately.
Wow.
Immediately. I
Wow.
don't. Dak Prescott is way better than Jimmy Garoppolo, in my opinion. It's not close. Jimmy Garoppolo is a decent player. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's nowhere near he doesn't have the potential to put up the prolific type of numbers that Dak Prescott does.
Well, all right. So you heard it here first. Let's Dak Prescott to the 49ers.
Yeah, and my last one here for you. The Washington football team will make the postseason with Alex Smith at quarterback. Now, I just want to point out that they're only one game behind the Eagles, but Carson Wentz is playing like trash so far this season.
Well, they'll make it this season or just period?
This season. This season.
Oh God, I mean that's
just gonna take
NFC East. I feel like the NFC East is it's like trying to pick a penny stock that's gonna win you millions of dollars. You're like, these are all losers, man. Like what? But I guess somebody has to win. And Alex Smith, I mean, let's remember, Alex Smith is the guy that they wanted before he got hurt. I mean, they paid him $70+ million to come there and help that team win. And I mean, somebody has to win that division. Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say give me a break. Only because I think that the Giants are gonna end up being the best team in that league because they don't have injuries like some of these other teams, and they look like they're getting better, and they're in every game they play. And I think Matt Rule is sort of he's proving to be a good decision. And Ron Rivera is I feel like Ron Rivera is not that much better of a coach than Matt Rule, I think, at this point.
Okay.
So I'm going to say give me a break. Although I would like to see Alex Smith succeed, but
I'm going to be bold and I'm going to say make no mistake here.
Oh.
It's really just a gut feeling. I feel this is not based. Normally, I'm a logic-based person, but something inside of me is saying that this is going to be the feel-good story of 2020, where, at least for the NFL, where you look at next week, they have the Lions, winnable game. Week after that, they have the Bengals, winnable game. Week after that, they have the Cowboys, winnable game. If you can get 3 straight, now you have 5 wins that put you at 5-7. It's more about the Eagles. I have no faith in them being able to do anything. I just don't like every time I think they're going to win, they lose. I wouldn't be surprised if they played the Giants this weekend and tied. Or what? I'm not sure. I'm maybe not playing the Giants. No, they are playing the Giants, I think, this coming week. So I'm going to say make no mistake, realizing that it's going on a limb. It's a bold prediction. I just have a feeling that there's some magic going to happen right now.
I mean, it's a crapshoot, I mean, somebody's got to win, right? So you can it's like you're shooting.
I was just really impressed with what I know he threw 3 interceptions, but just looking beyond the numbers, actually watching, guy just comes out on the field. I thought Alex Smith's the balls he was throwing, looked crisp and it looked like he still had the same level of arm strength. I thought he looked better than Josh Allen or not Josh Allen, sorry, Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins. I know that's not a very high bar. I just feel like with 1 week, with a full week of being, practicing with the first team, I don't know. I have a feeling.
Dwayne Haskins, I mean, not to get on a tangent, but Dwayne Haskins just continuing the idea that Ohio State just does not produce good NFL quarterbacks. I mean, who was the last good or even average Ohio State quarterback we've seen in the NFL? I mean, it's not a good. I mean, Troy Smith, maybe, I don't know who.
I think he was a fifth round pick who ended up being backup. So
Heisman winner, but
I probably the most successful Ohio State quarterback in recent memory, and he really didn't have that much success, was maybe Terrell Pryor, but he had success as a wide receiver.
Right.
It just kind of makes you wonder.
I guess Joe Burrow kind of technically was from Ohio State, but that's not really. But he transferred.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no. And it makes you wonder about Justin Fields.
Exactly. So anyway, I just wanted to. I feel like I just feel bad because Dwayne Haskins' career might be over before it's even started.
Yeah.
So all right. So that's make no mistake or give me a break, and that's how that works. We're happy to have it back off. It's bye week. It'll be back next week. No worries. So let's take a quick break, and we have to come back, and we have week 10 already. It's crazy. So
season's almost over.
Yep. So stick around, and we're gonna come right back with all of our week 10 predictions and picks right after this.
If you're sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a cloth face covering to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing or if you're worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
And now back to the Benchwarmers podcast with Lou and Jose.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. I am Lou Ruggieri. That is Jose Ortiz, and this is still the Benchwarmers podcast. We appreciate you taking some time to spend it with us. We hope that it's been a fun ride so far for you, as it has been for us. Top of the first hour, we touched on our top 5 news stories this week, including the Bills trouncing the Seahawks, the Dolphins beating the Cardinals, the Ravens knocking out the punchless Colts, the Bucks getting just routed by the Saints, and then all the very narrow wins that we saw this week. We touched on NFL news and notes, injury news and notes, highlight of the week, low light of the week, our moral lesson. We just played Make No Mistake or Give Me a Break. And Jose, now it's already time to look forward. I can't believe we're at week 10 already. This is crazy, and I'm actually getting sad because we're sort of in like the third quarter of the season. Yeah. And I wish NFL was every week. I really do. It's unfortunate that it's this brief, but maybe that's part of its charm, is that we miss it so much. But yeah. If you want to recap real quick, let's do Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, which is our sports betting segment. We each pick a bet according to we use DraftKings, their betting lines, and we've picked one a week. And so far, I think I did not. I'm on a losing streak right now. I got my butt kicked this week. I picked the Seahawks like an idiot against the Bills, and that was clearly wrong. Yeah. You, on the other hand, picked a winner.
I got the Raiders.
Yeah. Getting a -1.5 at the Chargers, and the Raiders won out. Obviously, that was almost a loss. But
the funny thing about that is when I was looking at my phone, like I wasn't really watching the game closely. I was looking at my phone and I saw that initially it said that the Chargers had won 32-31. I was like, oh my gosh, you have to be kidding me! I'm going to be 3-6 now. Yeah. And then a comment that someone mentioned later to me, something about the Raiders winning. I was like, wait, what? The Raiders won? Yeah. And then I went back and saw. So, luckily, that was a lucky one.
I'm 6-3. You're 4-5 on the year. So, yeah, we'll see. This week, I guess we could just get right into it. I'm picking the Eagles at the Giants. The Eagles are -3, and I know I just talked about the Giants being probably the best team in the NFC East, which I mean is sort of an oxymoron at this point. But the Eagles, I feel like, are just their front four is still pretty good. Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox are just nasty people, and Daniel Jones is still a little turnover prone. So I'm thinking that the Eagles are going to get the best of them somehow.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I worry about the Eagles because I just feel like there's no consistency from week to week with them, so it's hard to pick them.
Agreed.
Whether it's to win or lose.
Yep.
Because there's just no consistency. I'm going to take the Seahawks, who are getting a point somehow. I'm going to take the Seahawks at the Rams.
Huh.
Somehow the Rams are -1. Maybe there's something I'm missing.
I mean, the Rams defense is much better than the Seahawks, so maybe they're saying that the Rams offense can put up more points.
Yeah, and it's in LA. It's in LA, so there is that.
Yeah, I mean, home field doesn't really mean much this year, though. I feel like the home field advantage is not really something that's even a factor most of the time. But
hopefully I can get back to 500 and then actually get back to respectability. So we'll see.
All right, so as
Show
far
my
as
face on the streets now.
our Week 10 picks through 9 weeks, we are tied. You went 9-3 in Week 9. I went 8-4, and we're not counting Monday Night Football.
Or Sunday night. Actually, Sunday night football is counted, and we both took the Bucks. So now I'm 9-4, and you're 8-5, and we haven't counted Monday Night Football in yet, which I will make sure is updated by our next show.
Yeah, we record this Monday night, so we haven't actually watched that game yet. So overall, we are now 81-33-1.
81-32-1. Oh no, you're right. 81-33-1. Yes,
yeah, 33-1 with. Yep. So we're locked up, tied up through 9 weeks. So let's waste no more time. It's time. Let's make our Week 10 number picks, and this is just straight up win-loss, no points.
All right, here we go. Thursday night football, Colts at Titans.
Oh man, for once, I have to say that this is actually going to be an interesting game to watch. I think I'm going to take the Titans because I just, like we talked about earlier in the show, I don't believe in Phillip Rivers, and it's funny to think that Ryan Tannehill is way more confidence-inspiring than Phillip Rivers is. If we talked about that 5 years ago, it would be like laughed off the show, but it's the truth, and I think Derrick Henry is just a monster. Give me the Titans.
Yeah, no man should be as big and fast as Derrick Henry is, and yeah, I've got the Titans. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I don't know. The Colts just don't excite me on offense, and the Titans are just, I think, a better top-to-bottom team.
Yeah.
All right, next up, the Jaguars at the Packers.
Oof. I mean, if the Packers don't win this game, then they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. So, the Packers.
Yeah, easy Packers. Texans at the Browns.
I think that this is going to be a sneaky great game, and I think it's going to be. It's hard to say because no Odell Beckham, but and the Browns. That both teams are just. It feels like both teams are just fighting to be who's the worst underachiever at this point. I'm gonna say the Browns. I'm not happy about it, but I think that the Browns defense is going to show up bigger than the Texans defense. So, yeah, I'm going to very apprehensively take the Browns.
I had a lot of the same thoughts, internal discussions that you had just now. It's hard to have confidence in either team. I think the Texans are a worse team, but the Browns don't inspire a lot of confidence. But reluctantly, I'm taking the Browns. I think it helps that it's at home for the Browns. I know you said the home field advantage, not a big deal, but I think when you're coming off of a bye week and you don't have to go anywhere, you're home the whole time. Yeah, I think that it could be an advantage. Maybe the game of the week here: Buffalo Bills at the Cardinals, at the Arizona Cardinals.
Oof. Well, we just saw the Cardinals lose a heartbreaker to the Dolphins, and we saw the Bills just trounce the Seahawks.
Remember, this is in Arizona, though.
Yeah.
Well, I know you said it doesn't matter, though.
Well, I mean, but weather does. Weather, as far as home games, matters. So this would make a difference because I don't think you can get more opposite. Weather conditions on average than Buffalo, New York, and Phoenix, Arizona, or wherever it is. Mm-hmm. This is oof. Because the Bills look great, and the Cardinals, Kyler Murray look great. Man, give me the Cardinals.
Interesting. I took the Bills. I had the same kind of discussion as you. I just feel like the Bills proved something to me last week, and the Cardinals didn't. Yeah. And I just kind of felt like I'd take the Bills. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Cardinals win this game.
Either way, I see this being a great game. So looking forward to that one.
All right, our first difference right there. Okay, Chargers at Dolphins.
Sneaky good game. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Chargers, just because I feel like Justin Herbert is going to do it. I don't know why. I feel like they keep knocking on the door. And he put up a good fight against a good Raiders team, and I think that maybe between the Chargers defense and Justin Herbert on offense, that they're going to be able to beat out the very high riding Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins in this one. I just think that the Dolphins have just continuously proved that they're a team that can get big wins, and they're at home. I don't think they're going to take the Chargers lightly. They're not a team that is in position to be taking teams lightly. So yeah, I'm just taking the Dolphins here. But so our second difference.
Yep.
Washington at the Lions.
Oh God.
Worst game of the week.
If nobody watches a game, does it really happen? Geez, Washington at the Lions. At the Lions? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but man, I don't know.
To give you a little, be fair, I chose the Lions here. I know I was just touting how the Washington could make the playoffs. I just feel like the Lions are. This is a game the Lions probably will win.
I feel like the Lions should win this game.
Yeah,
but they looked real bad against.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
You know, give me the Redskins. Give me the Redskins in what I would think is a mild upset. I don't know.
Would be. That would be definitely an upset. I don't. New quarterback. Yeah, that would definitely.
But according to Vegas, I'm curious. I'm gonna look this up now and see if they. I know this is good. Oh no. Yeah, Washington's the underdog, so yeah, it would be an upset.
Okay.
As of right now, the Lions are giving them 4 points.
Okay. Eagles at Giants.
Eagles.
Yeah. I take the Eagles as well. I was tempted to take the Giants because it's home, but it's the Eagles. So you have to imagine the Eagles coming off a bye.
They should be better.
Yeah.
And at least a little bit healthier.
Yep. Bucks at Panthers.
Man. Oh, I don't know now. I mean, this seemed like it would be a slam dunk for the Bucks, but I mean, the Bucks just.
Remember, the Panthers may be without Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, but Mike Davis is still pretty good.
Absolutely.
I'm not. Give me the Bucks, I guess. I can't give up on them yet. I just think that they'll find. Tom Brady doesn't usually come. He doesn't usually have too many back-to-back stinkers. So.
Remember, they're still 6-3. It's just one game. It's just one game. I take the Bucks as well. Seahawks at Rams.
Give me the Seahawks. Bounce back.
Yeah, same here. 49ers at the Saints.
Oh, wow. Saints.
Yeah, you can't take anyone else.
I mean, maybe at full strength, this would be a great game, but it was last year, but not this year.
Yeah, I just want the 49ers to lose every game now and just get a higher draft pick at this point. It's just so bad.
Yeah.
That last game, the way they got beat by I know we didn't talk much about because it was Thursday Night Football and it was kind of an afterthought game, but the way they got destroyed by the Packers was just.
I mean, but you have to. I mean, they were playing their practice squad guys. I mean, that's.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying it's that they did something wrong. It's just I don't just keep losing. Just keep losing. It's not. There's no point in going 8-8 and fighting the good fight. Just keep losing.
Yeah.
Bengals at Steelers.
See this. I mean, the Steelers. I don't know. I mean, I want to chalk it up to just being beaten up. That's why they let the Cowboys get so close. And the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals offensively are way better than the Cowboys are at this point, even though they shouldn't be. But I'm gonna take the Steelers. But I think it's going to be a close game. But I do think that Big Brother kind of lets Little Brother know that they're not quite there yet.
Yeah, this is a game I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset, but I can't pick the Bengals here, right? You have to pick the Steelers, but I would not be surprised if on Monday we wake up or whatever Sunday night you look up and it's Steelers lost by 3 points on the last second field goal or something like that. But yeah, give me the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean I was tempted to take. That's the other one I was tempted to take is that the Bengals are getting 7.5 points against the Steelers. I think that's a great line to take because I feel like the Bengals are going to make it a lot closer than some people think.
All right, in a game that looked like it would have been a good game at the beginning of the season, but it's not now. On Sunday Night Football, Ravens at Patriots.
Ugh.
It's just funny how these things work.
Yeah. Ravens, and it's not going to be close. I mean, the Ravens smoked the Patriots last year in Foxborough with Tom Brady, so
it's going to be ugly.
I think Cam, if he's playing, is going to be throwing quite a few interceptions.
And in the game that I'm just not really sure what to think about, Monday Night Football, Vikings at Bears.
Ugh. I mean, the Vikings look good. The Bears don't. It's that simple. The Vikings.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
I mean,
remember
although
the Vikings are
Bears
4-5, and the
defense-
Bears are 5-4. So
And the Bears' defense is pretty stout, and the Vikings can only pretty much run the ball well, and that's it. So, but I still think that the Vikings find a way.
okay,
I assume
that's it.
you're going Vikings also.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I thought I said that. Yeah, I'm going the Vikings. That's it. Yeah, Vikings. I just, although the Vikings don't have the better record, I just feel like the Vikings are on their way up and the Bears are on the way down, and the Vikings have Dalvin Cook, and sometimes that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so that'll do it. This is week 30.
Wow.
Amazing. We're hitting some milestones. So week number 30 for us. So a little pat in the back, small victories. You can follow us along. You can go back and see our progression. And it's, a few of those early shows were a little rough, sound wise. So maybe skip ahead a little bit, but we're trying to improve every week. And you can find us, find those shows on either iHeartRadio. We're part of their podcasting lineup, Amazon Podcasts. We have our shows on Spotify. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. You can follow us along on social media, Facebook, Instagram. We're on Twitter at the BW Pod. You can email us, the Benchwarmers Podcast at yahoo.com, Benchwarmers with a Z, and we'll be back next week with a little more football and even some basketball, possibly some basketball news creeping up. Almost time. So that'll do it. For Jose Ortiz, I am Lou Ruggieri, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.